to the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast. Jesus Christ, what happened to my voice? It's coming at you from the Play and Trade Studios. I'm Mayor Dave Badeaux, the city brainer. With me, as always, is my brother.
There can be only one.
Well, we'll take that one every day of the week. Jesse, Play and Trade, how are you?
I am doing just fine.
Yes. You notice that I skipped somebody. There's no Gabriel Johnson this week. That's because we have a special guest from many places, but from podcast history.
Lots of different places.
From a podcast history, local.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Kyle Amundson.
Don't remind people of that. I don't need
Also
red hats
from
with pitchforks outside my house.
From my semi-pro football days.
Yes. Yes. Which you joke about, but you don't give yourself enough credit.
I got many concussions, and it was kind of like the movie
Semi-pro.
It was like that, only little giants put together. Can we duct tape helmets onto these guys? Can we swap helmets halfway through the play?
What kind of play you got for this situation?
How about the annexation of Puerto Rico?
Anyways, Kyle.
Dave was a marginally athletic, very well coached, very smart, very well coached player.
Opportunistic, I believe you called me at one point in my life.
Fair.
Opportunistic. Well, Kyle's here for a very specific reason. Because
there's one thing that I know about in life.
We are talking about 1986, and we almost got through all of our 1986 episodes without talking about Highlander.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Almost made it.
So this is What the Happened Highlander.
Well, and I mean, timely, Henry Cavill's,
Yes.
got that reboot in the mix.
Are they done filming? I know they were filming about 3-4 months ago.
I don't think they're done filming.
Okay.
I've only seen like 2 stills from the set, but I mean, I'm cautiously, guardedly optimistic. I don't think that I'm going to love it. Henry Cavill is a huge nerd. I don't know if you know that about him, but yeah, he from Warhammer and he's a big, huge nerd, and he loves Highlander. So I'm hoping I'm hoping he's able to do it some justice. They're even the Queen soundtrack.
Yes,
they're using that.
That's
cool.
the way to do it. So we've got a long ways to go to get to the new one. But I will tell you what, you are here because specifically 6 months ago, you and I were talking. You're like, I want to come on the podcast. And you said, when you talk about Highlander, I want to come on the podcast. And then it just so happened that for whatever reason, we didn't do Highlander for our 86 movies, and we needed an episode. And these guys said, we're not doing Sneakers, which, by the way, if you're a fan of the movie Sneakers, I'm going to make them do it at some point.
I mean, it's not Highlander, but Sneakers is a great movie.
But then I turned right around and I said, nope, I'm sending Kyle a message. Kyle, can you make it? As soon as you said yes, I said, tough shit, guys, we're doing Highlander.
When only a few of us are left, we will feel an irresistible pull towards a faraway land to fight for the prize.
I think it was the right choice.
I do too. I always tell people that Highlander is the greatest movie ever made. Okay. I know that Highlander is probably not.
Hold on. No, hit the note button. It was working a minute ago. Okay, there we go.
It's probably not the greatest movie ever made. I mean, it's just my personal favorite.
Okay.
I will go with
It was made.
The Kurgan is the greatest movie bad guy ever.
Okay, so we're going to get to that. But are you serious that this is your favorite movie of all time?
Of all time.
Okay.
And I mean, I've got my top 5 probably doesn't match up with anybody else's top 5 in the world.
Sure.
Mostly
all 5 now.
Yes.
All 5 now.
Spell it.
I don't even know. I know that there's at least one Ridley Scott movie in there, and it's not one that you'd think.
Okay.
And actually, it has there's a Highlander tie in there.
You can say the movie.
Okay. It's 1977, The Duelists.
Okay.
With Harvey Keitel and Keith Carradine.
All right, stop, because we're going to get back to that for sure. All right, we will get back to The Duelist. I've already got sweat dripping down my face. It's a billion degrees in here. The set has already been falling down. Literally, The glue and the tape and everything that holds the freaking thing together with sticks and duct tape is coming apart. Favorite movie? Had you seen it, Jesse?
A long time ago.
Long time
so
ago.
this was a cool revisit.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was hoping for. Scott, had you seen it?
Never.
Okay. This is what I was hoping for. I had assumed that we would be a long distance between. I'm not going to say it's my favorite movie of all time, but this is a movie that I revisit every single year. Every single year.
Highlander?
Every single year. I
Really?
revisit this movie.
I did not know that about you.
I'm a gigantic Highlander
We
fan.
are the same, MacLeod.
We are
brothers. We are brothers. We are brothers.
So, as someone that loves it, I'm gonna shoot over to Jesse real quick. You had watched it in your youth.
Yeah, it was one of those that I'd seen it, but I just I couldn't recall every detail of it. So yeah, the rewatch last night I rewatched it.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay. Scott, you are a gigantic fan of the movie Terminator.
Yes.
I often refer to Highlander as reverse Terminator. It's like Terminator in reverse.
Okay.
You're coming from the past. Mm-hmm. These guys are basically unstoppable, and he's coming after you. But you're kind of the same beats that happen. He's staring off into space, and then all of a sudden we're back in time. Mm-hmm. You know, the Terminator, you stare off into space, and we're back in time, which is forward in time.
You know, they tried to get Schwarzenegger to play the Kurgan.
Yes, they did. But how do you feel about this film in terms of someone that loves that? You love the Terminator.
I do love the Terminator.
This feels very similar to that in some ways.
So I put it on. My wife came and sat down on the chair next to me, and I just put it on without saying a word. And the very first scene happened, and I was like, "The what? Huh? What?
Yes.
This is not what I expected at all."
The wrestling?
The wrestling?
The Fabulous Freebirds, no less.
Yes.
Or like if you're not familiar with the Fabulous Freebirds, it's like you took, who's the group that sings Sweet Home Alabama?
Oh yeah, that would be Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner. If you took Leonard Skinner and locked them in a weight room and juiced them up for like 3 years, that is the Fabulous Freebirds.
You nailed it.
Okay.
And
I checked the time on the movie at about 17 minutes when my wife said, "I'm bored," and got up and left. And then she came back. We were in Act 3.
Okay.
She went to hang out with the kid, and she came back, and she goes, "How's your movie?" I said, "It's getting better." She goes, "It's been an hour."
That's 17 more minutes than my wife was willing to invest in the movie.
Callie did the thing where I start the movie and she hangs out for a little bit, and then eventually she just gave me a kiss on the forehead and said, "Enjoy your movie."
Yeah, that's about what I got to. That's pretty much exactly what happened. So, no, I'm bored. You have fun.
Was it kind of condescending? It was like, "Oh dear."
Yeah. She so Callie
You're
is
adorable.
Callie's from the Go Fast era. She likes your Fast and the Furious, like those types of movies. She loves that stuff. This was a little too slow of a burn for her. I love it though. I think in terms of fantasy, one, you get to go back into your high fantasy, if you will. And then two, a little bit of sci-fi as well, right? Cyberpunky, a little bit cyberpunky, which I appreciate. And there's just something about, you guys know this, early 80s New York is my favorite thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, the dirtiest
Grimy.
of dirty ass New York.
Dark, grimy.
Just like, I listened to a podcast where they were, doing a deep dive into the movie, and they were talking about, well, they're having these sword fights around New York City and stuff, but New York City in the 80s, a place where people were very much accustomed to looking the other way.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think you could have a gigantic sword fight in most cities in most time frames.
No, they frown on that.
Yeah, in most time frames. New York, mid 80s, they're probably starting to get a little suspicious. They're like, this is the Reagan 80s.
They'd be like, at least they're using swords.
Yeah. But that's part of the reason why I really like this movie a lot. I love grimy New York. It's got that level to it. I love high fantasy. It's got that as well. But more so than anything, this is a film that just feels like a 80s VHS film that you pop in on a weekend and
100%.
watch.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I watched it on Tubi.
Okay.
And the like top 4 films, like you might like this. It was Never Ending Story, Dark Crystal, The Labyrinth, and something else.
A lot of Jim Henson going on.
That definitely is its own.
You skipped Legend?
Legend. We were just talking about Legend online yesterday or the day before because we were talking about movies that screw kids up.
Yeah.
Because of the Never Ending Story, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody brought up the Legend, and I was like, how did they not think that Tim Curry as the devil would mess children up?
We are all animals, my lady. Most are too afraid to see it.
Okay, so let's walk our way all the way back. This is what the happened. Mm-hmm. So this is, how did this film get made? What the heck happened? In this case, what happened after this film got made? Like, how do you take a series and go from a pretty cool concept to whatever the hell it becomes afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it bombed.
It did bomb.
Oh,
and for a movie to bomb like that,
Yep.
and then still have such a cult following to come, that it spawned.
I mean, but that's kind of where cult movies come from. They usually don't.
Yep.
I mean, and it really did bomb.
Yes, it did.
But then it was hugely successful afterwards in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty damn successful in the States. On VHS.
Well, that's when. Yeah, that's when.
So, how far into the background?
Oh, we're going all the way back.
Okay.
We're going all the way back. But let's talk really quick. Once again, we just said this about Big Trouble in Little China when we did our episode with that.
Same thing.
It's same thing.
I used to tell girls when I would make them watch Big Trouble in Little China, if you don't watch Big Trouble in Little China, you're never really going to know me.
The first film I made my wife watch was Jackie Brown. We sat down and watched Jackie Brown, and I was like, this will determine whether or not you and I can continue to hang out. If you enjoy this film or do not, this will determine whether or not you and I can continue to hang out.
Booyah.
But Big Trouble in Little China and this are probably your big tentpoles for the beginning of the VHS creating cult classics. This film bombed, and typically when a film bombed like that, they just disappeared. There wasn't a lot of avenues for them to come back around. You had your cheap theaters that they could go continue on a run in and whatever, but there wasn't a lot of life other than going to like television or whatever.
Big Trouble in Little China is also top 5, by the way.
Oh, nice. All right.
Scott loves Big Trouble in Little China. I enjoy it.
Wonderful movie.
This is another instance of the film is not successful by any means and then hits the HBO and hits VHS and just absolutely explodes and becomes something that is at least large enough to spawn a sequel, sadly, and then a series, and then a bunch of other films.
By sequel, I think we're using. I think what you mean
film
is
with a 2 at
ruthless cash grab,
film with
soulless cash grab, anything with cash grab.
It is called Highlander 2, so it is technically the second film.
It should be Lowlander or something. It should be. It's just. I've spent the last several years, like ever since I walked out of the theater, in the middle of that movie, trying to pretend that never happened.
Yeah, it's rough. And oddly enough, that's early 90s, I think 91, and it feels like 91. The cool thing about the first Highlander films, it feels like 1985, but it actually started quite a bit earlier. I want to say it was as early as 1981 when this film was initially conceived.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Because Greg Weiland?
Wyden. I have Widen, but I don't know if that's correct.
I have it written down, but
Wyden.
I write stuff down that I don't wear my glasses.
Okay.
So I'm.
You got to look cool.
Yeah, right.
Jesse.
I've given up on the lifts entirely.
Yeah, I have Gregory Widen. Wyden, we'll say.
So he said that he was inspired by his trip to Great Britain.
Yep. As he post high school, he was 19 post high school,
and then it was like within the next couple of years, it was his schoolwork. He was working as a firefighter, putting himself through film school at UCLA, and they thought, maybe you've got something. Although what he wrote was a darker, more serious. Like there was no prize
Mm-hmm.
It was just a compulsion that made them fight, apparently.
Yes.
And like the Kurgan wasn't the sociopath we know and love.
Yes.
He was more of a kind of a little bit sympathetic. He was just a dude that was so over it, like after being alive for so long, that like basically just looking for this guy and like doing battle and fighting to the end was what got him out of bed.
Yes.
The only thing
Yeah.
that like his only purpose for living was just continuing.
Yeah. So I think it's crazy. So I'll walk you back just a little bit. He goes on a trip. He goes to Scotland, and then he visits the Tower of London. In the basement of the Tower of London
Sees the armory.
is an armory. And his thought was, wouldn't it be cool if this was just a collection of armor that one individual had? That spurred the entire
Like
idea.
an antique dealer on Hudson Street.
Well, that's what he ends up being. It's a good way to figure out how to have a character in a film. The interesting thing is you brought up The Duelist.
He was a big fan of Ridley Scott's first movie, The Duelist, or The Duelists, and I love that movie. And part of what he really liked about The Duelist was Harvey Keitel's character just continuing the fight, continuing like just going after this guy and going after him because that's basically what he had left,
Yeah, relentless, but not as like relentless as a Terminator, but relentless in the pursuit of this is the only thing I have.
Yes.
I've lived so long that there's no other thing.
And that movie
than this
is brilliant. I love The Duelists. And I appreciate that Harvey Keitel did not try to do any weird accents for this. Which I have to appreciate if Highlander is my favorite movie.
You cannot die, MacLeod.
I didn't know you were such a Ridley Scott fan.
Huge fan. Now, I badmouth Gladiator all the time, but Gladiator is actually an awesome movie.
You gotta be careful
But
there.
it's probably my 6th or 7th
Okay.
favorite.
I can allow that.
Not of all time, just of Ridley Scott's movies.
I knew where you were going with that.
And, and eventually they gave it a sequel, which wasn't as bad as Highlander 2.
I still haven't. I haven't been compelled to continue the Gladiator story.
Yeah.
Man gladiates, man gladiated.
It's been gladiated.
Yeah.
So he goes.
Nothing to be glad about. Because it should be the sequel because that thing sucked.
He goes, he gets this concept and this idea in his head, and that's when he's about 19 years old. Then he goes to UCLA for film school. He's working as a firefighter, and I believe it was his final project was the script.
And his professor was really helpful in getting it out there.
Which is cool.
And yeah, for sure.
Because I think I've heard him actually say it could have been one of those scenarios where my professor was one of those guys that was, like hoity-toity.
Yeah, poo-poos his students' work. Because what are they,
Yeah, and it was quite the opposite. It was like, here's the things that are good about this. Here's the things that you should do with this. Oddly enough, though, this script gets picked up by kind of your low-hanging fruit guys going around like, we're going to take this and then we're going to see if we can get it optioned. Very low budget. It gets sent to Sean Connery because who are you going to send it to? Who's the only Scottish guy you know? Sean Connery. So you send it to Sean Connery. Oddly enough, Sean Connery says, not for me, no thank you. However, I kind of like this other guy, this Ramirez guy.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Sean Connery's career, like this is kind of like Sean Connery. This is like the beginning of him embracing being an older guy.
Yeah. I'm not the guy anymore.
Yes.
I'm the mentor.
Yes, exactly.
And I will say two things. One, this movie only gets made because Sean Connery signs on to play that role. And then two, I love Sean Connery in this role. I absolutely love it.
And like for him to kind of like pick that role, like, yeah, I want to play the Egyptian who is now a Spaniard.
The Egyptian Spaniard.
With the Japanese sword and the Japanese wife. And because like I mean, it's Sean Connery.
Yes.
That
Juan
guy,
Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez. Spoken with the thickest Scottish accent of all time.
It's the most, like, just choosing it choosing that role is the most Sean Connery thing ever, because that guy, like, just, I mean, the confidence. I can't even call it confidence.
Yeah.
Sean Connery just big dicked his way through life.
I
Like,
think
that dude, like,
yeah, I think when he comes into this film, it changes your perception of what's happening.
absolutely.
Like before that, you're like, okay, what are we doing here?
He brings humor, and he brings all the swagger.
Yeah, oh,
Aura.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
It's
The
funny
presence.
how characters just appear in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Characters do just happen to pop up.
And this horse.
And think about how many scenes is Sean Connery in this movie? And I mean, the whole time that he was in it, like they had Sean Connery for a week.
Oh,
they gave him
really?
$1 million.
Yep.
They had a week, so they had to with military precision
Yeah.
and discipline get all these I mean, all of them. There wasn't that many scenes. He's not. He's not in the movie for very long.
No, and he mostly giggles.
Yeah, he's totally-
Just two men giggling on the beach together.
Come on, Highlander! Come on!
I can do it.
you
I'm
must
doing
leave
it.
her and you can't have kids.
What was with the 80s and men running on the beach? Between them and Rocky.
Everybody ran on the beach. Like Bo Derek famously ran on the beach.
Freaking Magnum PI, a lot of running on the beach.
Right?
Whole lot
If you've
of it.
ever ran on the beach, it's not that great.
No, it's actually the worst
It
place.
sucks.
It's the
That's
worst
why you do
possible
it to
place
train.
run.
Yeah.
Gravel without shoes, probably worse.
Okay.
You know, but
Pit of Legos.
pit of Legos. You know what? Ball pit, really not a good place to run.
Open sewer, also a bad place.
The leopard den, not
So
leopards,
we're
but
not
leopards.
saying that the beach is the absolute worst place, but
Yes,
you know.
there have been worse. So you're absolutely correct. People do just kind of appear.
Well, even from the first guy that fights him.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's a wrestling match. Then it's okay. There's this dude just sitting there in a trench coat watching, and then he walks into a car garage, and this guy comes out and they start fighting.
and is accosted by Amon Fazil.
Yeah, it was supposed to be another Highlander.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you don't
he's
know
like
anything at this point.
65 years old.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
and another immortal. Well, that's the thing. You're at that. You're stuck at the age when you get killed. So the first time you die, then that's it. You know, which is what happens. Like, so if you get killed as a child, you've got like this. You know, you've got this 9-year-old like immortal running around.
Who's got to cut off the Highlander baby's head?
Oh, the low hanging, easy pickings, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
The Kurgan. I never caught that is what is going on with that. Once you die, that's the age you are forever.
Yeah,
That's an interesting concept as well.
And I think that's why,
Sucks to die of old age.
Yeah.
for real.
Just forever deathbed.
Crap.
I was not strong enough to wield a sword, but I will gum your head off.
Just hanging out, waiting to die, waiting to die, waiting to die, waiting to die.
You're like 130 years old, and you're like, well,
God, the worst.
I am Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, Chief Metallurgist to King Charles V of Spain, and I'm at your service.
When Sean Connery shows up,
And he just shows up too.
he just leaps over top of them while
Oh yeah, they're making out,
heavy
doing,
petting.
yeah, heavy, and then also, whoa, the horse!
Here he
Like,
comes.
there's Sean Connery.
There you go.
Just a quick tip pops out.
Oh yeah, that was you interrupted the best part.
Appreciate it.
Heather's not Juan Villalobos Ramirez's.
I'm at your service.
I think it is interesting that if it isn't for Sean Connery, this film doesn't get made, right? There's no other path forward for it, really. If it would have got made, it would have been really, really low budget. And it wasn't a big budget to begin with. Then they get Christophe Lambert.
Lambert.
Christophe
Lambert.
Christopher fucking Lambert.
Which
Sorry, I said
in
Lambert.
American is Christopher Lambert.
Yes. That's a big deal from the European side of things.
Well, Russell McElroy. Did you know we went into the casting there?
That is our director.
Yes.
Yes.
he cast him based on a picture from a magazine.
Not the fact that he couldn't speak
Any
English. No English.
No English.
No speak the language.
So learning his lines phonetically because he doesn't know the words that he's actually saying.
Yeah.
No
idea what it is. Just mimicking.
Yep. And people, the accent thing, but, we don't know necessarily what the Highlander sounded like 400 years ago. And chances are, if you're a Highlander 400 years ago, you didn't speak English anyway. You would have spoke Gaelic.
Yeah.
And, it
wasn't bad.
I
didn't think it was.
And it wasn't a very French, it was such a hard to place accent.
Yeah.
Because it didn't sound
Which is why
what we think,
He says, the cop says, where are you
Lots
from?
of
He says
different
lots of
places.
different places.
Exactly.
So he's just picked up, that's an amalgamation of every accent.
And it's
absolutely.
That's lived for hundreds of years everywhere.
That's a very cool concept to me. And I'm a product of the 80s. The guy with an accent doesn't bug me as much as it should. I would like him to speak a little bit more clearly. But one of my favorite things in films is where they do the thing where it starts off in German and then all of a sudden it changes to English. And you're like, okay, we get it. They're really speaking German, but for fuck's sake, let's change it to English. Everybody on board? Yeah. Are we all on board? Okay, moving on. So that stuff doesn't bother me so much. I find it fascinating that people are able to do entire movies where they don't know what the fuck they're saying. I can't believe that that's a skill set that you can have.
And how do you know if you're hitting your lines? Oh, speaking of accents and stuff, Sean Connery did have a coach. What do they call it? A
dialect coach.
A dialect coach. In Highlander. Now, I don't know how much that guy got paid.
It was strictly only for the one time he called him a pendejo.
Yeah.
He calls him a pendejo one time, and that was it.
No, that reeks of Burt Reynolds asking for his buddy to come on set with him and them just having beers in their trailer.
And I was like, you don't say. Because at no point did I hear any, yes, he uses the word pendejo, but I don't feel like he really tried very hard to sound like a Egyptian Spaniard or whatever.
Now, to be fair, Egyptian Spaniard, one of his longest lifetimes was in Japan. I mean, this is a man who clearly has the right to just be Sean Connery.
Yes.
And I'm okay with it.
100% okay.
I think this is one of Sean Connery looks his best in this film. He's just an Egyptian peacock. Come on.
Oh, that's great. The peacock.
And how weird would it be if Sean Connery, even if he pulled it off great, how weird would that be?
I wouldn't
It's Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. It would be really uncomfortable.
No, get me out of here, for sure. So you get those two actors, and this all of a sudden becomes a product that can now get made.
Yes.
Which is crazy because the writer is a college student who's just going to get a cut of whatever the budget is.
But they went out and hired a couple of guys, Peter Bellwood and Larry Ferguson.
Yes.
And they did make a lot of changes.
Yes.
McElroy had a lot of impact, had a lot of input too. But I mean, they made some really significant changes. And if you look, the original author is a little salty about some of it. You can still kind of pick up on that. But that's fine. He overall, he's pretty happy. He's got to be happy with the end result. The only other movie that he ever wrote of any note, I mean, it was Backdraft. Leaning on his firefighting experience and stuff. But yeah, so I mean, they've got they're working on the story. They're getting and they've got their Highlander. But there was a lot of people not in line. They weren't really lining up for that role.
Yes,
but they approached a lot of people. That was almost a Kurt Russell role
for the Highlander.
Yeah,
really.
How weird would that have been?
Weird.
Yeah, it would have been rough because he would have flopped again. He was in a series of flops at that point.
And was known as, and really just an action guy at that point.
Kurt Russell's another one that I don't want to see do an accent. So I would have loved his Highlander without an accent.
Yeah, I can't see that. I don't think that works for sure. But
just the Scottish guy that is clearly Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
and then they approached a bunch of people.
They did.
And they approached a bunch of people for the Kurgan.
Yes, they did.
Arnold
was the big one.
Okay, that wasn't happening.
Yep.
He was just 2 years out from Terminator, and he
A wise decision.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so he was already like an '80s icon.
Yes.
You've got Terminator and Conan. I mean,
And I think he kind of knew that where his career was going, he was going to be more of a leading man than a villain.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Wisely so.
Whereas Clancy Brown, they got for bus fare, pretty much.
Not only bus fare, it's a BAFTA contract. He gets no residuals for that role. He is you said, the best villain of any film.
I can't think of a better. I mean, and I love a good villain. A good villain can make your movie.
Oh yeah.
A great
But
villain.
man.
An iconic villain from a big 80s, I mean, okay, flop, but a film that has went on to make lots of money. And he gets no residuals. Zero.
Yeah. They also approached Rutger Hauer. Like there was a list of guys that they approached. But yeah, wound up with Clancy Brown, and who was a relative unknown. I think he'd been in like an episode of the Dukes of Hazzard or something.
I
before that.
believe the connection was through the director. The director was Russell, what is it? McKay. He basically did Duran Duran videos.
Yeah. His movie credit was Razorback.
Yes.
That was his big movie.
Which was referred to as Jaws in the Australian outback.
And people, like some people loved Razorback, whatever. I didn't, whatever. I wasn't crazy about it. But yeah, he did those Duran Duran videos, and that's another thing about Highlander. It was kind of the first movie that they did the kind of movie like the music video style.
This is a music video.
Like the bombast is a word that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I loved it.
This is a music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody refer to it as something along the lines of like MTV presents Highlander or something like that.
Yeah. I think the most, to me, the scene that stood out the most as being music video-y is when the Kurgan is actually breaks into her house before he kidnaps her right at the end, and he's chasing her, and all of the it's just a white house, and all of the windows have lights shining in them, and it's just a red light and a green light, and that's all it is. So it's like we've got a sound stage, we've got this set, and we've just got a smoke machine and red lights over here and green lights over here, and we're gonna chase you through it. It is straight out of an 80s music video. I mean, and the whole movie is. But there's scenes where you're just like, okay, this guy clearly directed a lot of Duran Duran.
and he's in the car, like crossing the bridge and stuff like that with with the Queen's rendition of New York playing and stuff.
Yeah. Which is great. Let's talk real quick.
That part of the movie with Queen's New York, and him driving the car, that's when I was finally like,
At the very end of the film.
It had got me. That's the time where I was like, all right.
This is literally right before the villain calls, which is great too. Calls and leaves a voice message for the other guy. Hey, I got your gal. Let's go finish this movie.
It's a good scene.
Do they even bother like with the Highlander going click? Got too much blood on my fingers.
Hi, I'm Candy.
Of course you are.
Scott, let's talk Queen.
Okay.
You're a big music guy.
I am a big music guy.
Are you a Queen guy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes and no.
A few years back, my oldest son told me Queen was his favorite band. And I said, yeah, right. Name some songs. And he just rattled off. It felt like their entire catalog.
Yeah.
But you seem like a guy that would like Queen, but would not be obsessed with Queen by any means.
Correct.
Okay. How did you feel about Queen Presents? You said MTV Presents. This is Queen Presents Highlander.
I was super surprised, again, when the movie started.
Yeah.
Very surprised at what was happening. What are these opening credits songs? What is happening? And then it was like, this is a fucking rock opera.
Yes.
It was
This is
supposed
going
to
to
be
be a
one
rock
song.
opera.
Yeah.
Yep, they were brought on to do a song.
Yes.
And every member of the band watched screening of the movie or whatever, and loved it so much. So they made not every person, I think 3 of the guys picked one scene to write a song for.
Yep.
So there was the Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yep.
Do You Really Want to Live Forever?
Yep. Great song.
Brian wrote that at the scene when the Highlander has to watch his
Yep.
wife grow old.
Yes.
And the
wonderful.
The Princes of the Universe.
The Princes of the Universe because a year prior to this is when Masters of the Universe came out. And that feels like another movie that should be Queen Presents.
Yes.
And so I was like, did you get offered Masters of the Universe? And then just be like, let's just reuse it. Let's just change it to Princes of the Universe. Because that you could swap that into that other film. You would know nothing had happened.
100%. That's exactly what I thought as well.
But it's crazy that, again, it's weird because we've talked about this with Terminator 2. Not Terminator 2.
Terminator as well.
But Terminator only gets to be as good as it is because everyone that touches it's like, this is awesome. I want more of this. It's crazy that Sean Connery is like, yes, please. It's crazy that Christoph is like, yes, please. It's crazy that Queen is like, you know what? Not so much just yes, please, but we're just going to go crazy.
Yeah, we want the whole thing.
Yes.
And back in Lambert, like, can you imagine like if somebody was like, okay, we want to hire you for this. But like,
and he says,
right, you're gonna right,
oui.
Well,
a baguette,
and if you've got this scheduled for later,
yes.
There was also problems with the stunt situation and stuff. Basically, his handicap, or his disability.
Yes, I'm gonna make you hold off on that for sure.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. It's crazy to me that people just sign off on things. It's also crazy to me, again, to continue your thought, the idea that people are like,
it's very courageous.
I would like to do a thing that I can't physically do
in a language I don't speak.
I can't do this. The only other film that recently I can think of that's done that is Will Ferrell did Casa de mi Padre, which is the house of my father, and he does the whole movie in Spanish. But he does not know a single word that he's saying. I mean, maybe he knows a couple words, but there is a film that is in Spanish that is Will Ferrell speaking Spanish, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. That's the only thing. That's awesome. The only reverse instance I can think of that happening. I can't think of another instance of an American person being like, absolutely, I would like to go speak entirely in Japanese, but I will know nothing that I'm saying. And now. Nobody would allow that now.
No, of course
not
not.
A single chance that would be allowed now. So Queen they basically go all out, all the songs.
Right, yeah. So they do the Princes of the Universe song and the Who Wants to Live Forever, and then Roger Taylor took the line, It's Kind of Magic, and turned that into a song of the same name.
Yep.
And then they made an album.
Yes, they did.
What was the name of the album? The album was A Kind of Magic.
Yep.
And they just put those songs on there, and off we got.
Let her buck.
So, hey, I'm a high school kid that goes to college. I write a script for a film.
Yep.
It ends up making a Queen album.
Yeah.
What the?
That is a weird sequence of like that. Yeah.
You want to talk about what the fuck happened? It's not just Highlander 2 happened. It's that happened. That
to a kid.
He's probably
and
21 years old.
That was not uncommon.
Well,
around UCLA at that time, he said that there was a lot of like 21, 22-year-old people with movies being made.
Because you get the vultures that come in, which is basically what happened. You had vultures that came in and were like, this kid got an A. We're going to take this and see if we can make a quick buck off it. He's going to get a percentage of whatever the budget is. So we just need to get it made. He'll make $10,000. We'll make a buttload of money. And then the budget explodes.
Yeah.
He actually makes real good money off of this. And at the same time, it just explodes into something that is just, it's a snowball that starts going downhill that is just collecting things.
Yeah. Lambert, Connery, Queen, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, so let's shift gears really quick. You had mentioned that Christoph. It has a little bit of a handy. I just like saying it.
Legally blind.
Legally blind.
Yes.
My favorite comment of anything that I saw in the behind the scenes stuff was a couple of, I think it's producers, they're talking about, he's just got this look in his eyes, like he's seen 500 years. No, he literally can't see.
Yeah,
he's literally blind.
That's staring out for the distance, wondering
Explains
what
so
the
much.
hell is in the distance.
All of a sudden, they'll just go to a shot of his face and be like,
he can't see it.
And I mean, like,
where are you, dude?
a lot of his facial expressions like make a lot more sense now with the the squinting and the all that stuff and and his intense like that thing that he does with his eyebrow and stuff like that. But like this is what you look like when you can't see further than this.
Yeah, he literally cannot see anything at all. And it really is an impeccable use of a handicap to create a great character, because that really is his character. His character is this man. Man, he has seen a lot in his life.
Or
and the character, like
no, he hasn't. He hasn't seen anything his whole life. he has experienced the haze.
He's
of
smelled
many
and heard
lifetimes.
so many
What we call
things down
ironic.
through history.
But you're absolutely correct that it creates a wildly unstable scenario when, hey, we're swinging swords.
Yes, blind guy. Sword fight.
We're gonna we don't just have a sword fight in this movie.
Yes.
Like this movie is kind of revolves around a bunch of sword fights.
You're going
to be hooked to a car battery.
Yep, we got a whole plot that revolves around beheading people. By the way, sparks are cool. Let's go ahead and hook up car batteries to the swords.
Yep. You're a negative charge. You're a positive charge. Your swords are going to spark. They're running up their sleeves. Wires running up their sleeves.
I did not hear this.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, all of those
All the
sparks.
Sparkies,
Okay.
every time they hit, they had literally cables going up from a car battery they were hooked to the
While they were fighting in the water?
Well, if you notice in the water, the sparks kind of are more further away, and that's when the drawn lightning starts coming in, which is one of my favorite 80 tropes. It's like, here comes the lightning. We're just gonna paint this. It's gonna take forever. I'm gonna paint every single cell of this. I'm gonna animate it.
Oh, that end, it was all.
Oh God, that
was straight out of a music video.
That reminded me of Take on Me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's jump to that real quick. Let's jump to the special effects. This film is very visually pleasing in that it is a music video, a lot of lights behind with shadowy
camera
figures,
work.
a lot of glass exploding, a lot of boom, bang coming at you. Special effects, not the greatest.
They did some cool things with some of the transitions.
Very cool. Transitions are, I have a big note on that.
Yeah.
One of the best parts of the film.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like the Mona Lisa, to the face thing. And then
It wouldn't have been on my top of my list.
and the lake, that was
The
one
lake
of my
is
personal
very
favorites.
cool.
The aquarium to the lake. And,
That was good.
That came from the director.
they created that on their own.
Yeah.
They did it like we got this box. We'll put the box in the lake.
Yeah. He's like, can we get a big enough fish tank so that we could fill the screen so that then we could transition to the water? And that one's really cool. That's where this director really shines, is the visual stuff of that final fight is awesome. Even the scene at the beginning with the cars exploding and stuff is cool. But just this creativeness of, okay, how do we get from here to here? Because you are absolutely correct. People are just showing up.
They just show up.
And we're traveling through time as well.
And for me, the biggest with this whole show is if you look at the group that they assembled, you've got your art director and you've got your writers and you've got all this stuff. And if you look at these guys, none of them really did a lot of amazing stuff elsewhere,
Before or after.
But you put them all together and they made something. I mean, no one can deny that it's a pretty damn cool movie.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it was really I obviously super love that movie. I love movies, and that one is my favorite.
Yes.
And like just the mystery and the all the things. But like that collection of people had no business putting together such a great movie.
Yeah, it's weird, and I think that's why it fits this format of this episode so well. Is that this is a film that shouldn't turn out the way that it does, and it is peak 80s film to me. It is. If you said name an 80s VHS, I probably would throw out Highlander. Honestly, that is to me that is an 80s VHS.
Yeah, give me that. Give me something from like John Carpenter or something from John Hughes.
Yes.
Yes, be an easy.
Yeah, maybe Short Circuit. that might end up. That's an 80s VHS.
I would totally do Short Circuit.
Number 5.
But it's so interesting when you take a group of people that are talented but not top tier, and then you go, what if everyone just kind of wanted this to be successful? And it's weird how that can work out sometimes. Financially, maybe not so much on the front end, but on the back end, this concept has made money for sure.
I mean, and look at like it. It really launched some careers.
Yeah.
Even like look at Clancy Brown.
Yes.
No, he's never been in I can't say he's never been anything massive because he's been in some amazing movies. But like he's always a bad guy and stuff. You know?
Yeah. Mr. Krabs.
He's the drill sergeant in Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great role.
He was, and of course maybe his best maybe the best movie overall that he was in, if you don't think Highlander is the greatest movie ever made, would be Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank.
Yep. Great
The
role.
prison guard and stuff.
Yep.
Great role.
Yep.
We need a big, scary, intimidating guy.
Yes.
And I mean, who's like Clancy Brown was intimidating as shit.
He's 6'3". He's a big
dude.
guy.
That voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he also does the voice for Red Death in the Venture Brothers. One of the best characters in the later seasons.
I cannot get enough of the Venture Brothers.
Okay, you two are kindred spirits. I love
Big
Venture
Trouble in
Brothers.
Little China and Venture Brothers. We're tight.
Solid.
Do we just become best friends?
We're running out of time on this episode, so there's a couple things I want to get through. Two things. One, I love the concept of immortals, especially when it's done like this. I love the idea of characters that their power, if you will, is their biggest flaw, right? You now are forced to live this many lives.
Something that people would want, would choose, living forever, is like a curse.
Yeah, it's really a terrible idea. And I love that concept. I really think it's especially the way, I think it does a great job in this. They should have leaned into it earlier. Get the ladies. Get the ladies early.
I mean, Heather, of course, that was halfway through the movie that you see the whole scene with Heather and stuff, and that's some heartbreaking.
Yeah,
it's good
stuff.
I get choked up when I get choked up just thinking about that.
Her coming over the hill with the lamb. Oh my God, with Queen playing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And him telling her she's like, where, and she wants to know where they're at. She's, she's dying.
Yes.
Senile. She's like
he's telling
50
her,
years old.
And he's 22.
You've got your sheets.
She's got. They did the thing where they drew some crow's feet.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she's ancient.
Put a little cake on her face.
One of the scenes that they lost in the fire was a scene where, like, he shows Heather the katana that he got from Ramirez and stuff, and like basically like explains what the parts that she doesn't understand, but she was there for it. Like she knows, like, I mean, she's met the Kurgan,
yes,
and she knew Ramirez and stuff, and so she knew.
Yes. That's my biggest flaw with the movie, though, too, is that the Kurgan comes, the Kurgan destroys their home, the Kurgan rapes his gal. Hypothetically, I mean, we were told that happened,
and she never brought it up because she didn't want him to go,
which is
looking
great
for him, and
which is great. But then they never leave where the Kurgan came. So the Kurgan came, the Kurgan conquered. The Kurgan still knows that he's alive because I thought rewatching it, I was like, maybe I just missed the part where Sean Connery says, "I already killed him," and it sounds like that's the case, but he says, "No, I prepared him for you." But then the Kurgan never comes back.
No, he just
never comes back.
And why did he leave in the first place?
Yes.
Right.
Were the cops on his tail?
Yeah.
I mean,
You got the gal.
He's got the gal, but he's there. He's not there for Ramirez. He doesn't even know Ramirez is there.
Yeah.
He came for the Highlander, and then was like, I've had enough of this. I've had my killing and my raping. I shall be gone.
Right.
And then never comes back.
You know, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got that. He assumed that MacLeod was going to come for him.
Oh, okay. So he's like, I'm going to go.
Maybe
go
he
get
thought
some
it was
more
a
power.
game, and he's like, yeah, I'll just run all over and make him chase me down until we finally get
He
together.
assumed that the lady would tell MacLeod. And
Okay.
then MacLeod would,
And I mean,
in a fit of rage,
I think that sounds
hunt
reasonable.
him down.
You know,
So he's just, traveling the world looking over his shoulder while MacLeod's just farming,
he's been waiting an entire another lifetime.
hiding around every corner, everywhere he goes.
What if he was just waiting like around the mountain? Just good God.
When is that kid going to show up so I can cut his head off?
It's been 50 years.
You are safe only on holy ground. None of us will violate that law. It's tradition.
There's a couple other things that I absolutely love in this film. Going back to the special effects, I love special effects that are just like, okay, how do we do that? I love when you don't have a ton of money. It's my biggest problem with movies now is that they can just do whatever they want and with varying results. But you can do anything now. Then it was like, how can we possibly do this XYZ?
They worked it out.
The car batteries thing is pretty freaking sweet. Now, there's a couple scenes where you can definitely tell that there are cables attached to them and that sort of thing. The final scene where he's floating in the air and just plain as day, he's attached to cables.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I don't know what you're talking about. He wasn't flying?
My favorite one, though, is when the Kurgan is fighting Sean Connery and he keeps slamming into the wall, and then eventually the wall crumbles.
Those big,
they just go
styrofoam blocks.
They just like spill out.
They spill out, but you want to know why they spill out? Because there's a dude back there pushing them, and if you look, there's the guy, and then he realizes that he's there, and he tries to quickly go out. So the guy pushes the wall, and then is like, "Oh, in the shot," and then does like a barrel roll to get out of there. My favorite part of the movie. I rewatched that so many times.
Can't believe I missed that.
You can't see his head. It's like you can just see his hand, but there's a clear moment where he's like, "Oh shit," and then tries to roll out of the way.
I got to go back and look for that.
Speaking of the Kurgan, apparently the crew he made them uncomfortable. He made them nervous.
They were literally terrified of Clancy Brown.
And I mean, which is funny because if you know anything about Clancy Brown, you know that he's a very sweet.
He's actually a gentle giant. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing they said was he apologized to the clergy.
In that, which is my favorite scene, is the scene in the church. Yeah, well, like fight scenes or anything.
They did not look like they were acting.
They weren't. They were actual clergy.
They were. Yeah, they were.
Oh,
and he went around and apologized to him because he was so uncomfortable with what he just did in that church.
Yeah, I would have been apologizing for that sweet bobby pin.
The
bobby pinned wound.
Man,
and again, from 400 years ago.
Well, that was again.
Why is it? Why do you have a bandage over a 400-year-old wound?
So his whole body. If what you're implying is that the wounds don't heal correctly,
well, that was just decoration.
Yeah, but it's still pretty open. There's
still got a huge.
I never noticed that.
Well,
huge scar.
There's a
gap.
There seems like there's a little bit of
Ramirez
skin.
cut has improved your voice.
That's a great line. Sean Connery.
And the fact that he's this big, huge freak in a leather jacket with one sleeve cut off, like he's looking totally punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
And he shaves his head.
Yeah.
And what does he say about it? I am in disguise. I love Clancy Brown. I love the Kurgan as a bad guy. And I mean, that is one of the many things in that movie that you're like, I want more. I want to know more about these guys. But too much exposition, as we know, too much exposition will ruin something beautiful that you've made. Like metachlorians.
Oh, yes.
Stuff like that. You don't need to explain everything. Especially a kid. I was 13 or 14 when I saw that.
Yep.
And I thought I spent an inordinate amount of time. This is before the internet and stuff, so I didn't have a cell phone and whatever. So I would think about things. And
so I would use my brain.
read books and think. It was a strange time.
It was a weird time.
Long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah. But And I spent a lot of time asking myself these questions about that movie, as one does when they see a great movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And
I will say, and that is what's interesting because the initial concept, and initial script, a lot of that stuff just isn't there. That's not how he wrote it. Then they add in the hero's journey type of thing to it. There is a prize. There is an end game. We haven't really even said what the plot of this is. We're done with the episode. The plot of Highlander is there are immortals, and they are strangely drawn to one another.
This mysterious race of immortals.
Yes.
That have rules.
And if one of them removes the other one's head, they get the power that they have absorbed from all of the others that they have absorbed from.
Called the quickening.
Eventually there will be a gathering. I love a lot of those. There's a lot of those that are going to happen. The quickening, the gathering, the Highlander, just a lot of those.
An irresistible draw to a faraway land.
Eventually, all of these immortals are going to converge, and there will be only one. That's the plot.
That's it.
Beyond that, you don't need a lot, and this movie does spend a little too much time trying to give you a little too much every once in a while. Every once in a while.
I feel like they just
they sprinkle a little too much though every once in a while.
I feel like they just made me curious about more stuff.
Okay.
This has to be talked about in this episode. Because I said random people to show up.
Yes.
Super military Firebird guy.
Yeah. Firebird
just
guy.
driving around with a passenger seat full of weapons.
Well, the news.
And I can't protect myself.
The news has been on saying that people, which is also great.
Yeah.
There's just people being beheaded. Okay, news, calm down.
He was also jamming out to a great Queen song.
Yep. It is like Fire Red Firebird. He just happens to pull in this alley and witness.
Military
now's
guys.
my time to shine.
Yeah, very 80s.
I love how he just
trope.
sneaks up. He sneaks. All right, come on. We can do
The
it.
hell is going on?
And then all of a sudden, what the hell's going on?
Come on, Marine.
Yeah. He's like.
Also, we did miss that it is a crime story as well. The love interest is trying to solve the crime.
And what about she comes in as a consultant for the police department, and like the cops in there are they're great too, and it's kind of like there's some funny scenes, some really funny scenes involving the cops. Little things like
there
that.
That was the comedy element.
The drunk guy, the hobo or whatever on the street. That's like. That there is like in the background while they're like talking about the case, and he's like reading it from the paper. He's like, "What does baffled mean?
What means incompetent?
What is incompetent?"
My favorite scene involving our lovely lady is she realizes, wait a minute, this sword can't possibly be this old.
Are you talking about when they figure out when they do the handwriting analysis?
No, the handwriting analysis.
I love that scene too.
Handwriting. Okay,
that reminds me of a horror movie.
I take it back. Handwriting analysis is fantastic.
With the 80s computers.
Enhance. No, this is when she gets her printout on the dot matrix that says, "Wait a minute,
the carbon dating on the sword."
Carbon dating on the sword, and then she takes a metal detector down underneath Madison Square Garden, and she
wades through urine.
Yes, most certainly. And then she gets her little bleeps and bloops on what is a concrete reinforced pylon, and scans up to the gigantic slash. That's where the metal is.
And pulls out a chip that is so big that I'm like,
get that?
If you fight with this sword one more time,
yes.
They're like huge little chunks, slivery chunks.
It's a little chunk, but when you consider how big a samurai sword is, you're like,
dude, your sword's not doing good.
Off every time he uses it.
That's half a sword.
Yeah, like your sword would be like this big now.
Not to mention that concrete has rebar. It's nothing but steel and sand. Yes. Beep, 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 beep.
Now, she's a forensic.
The killer was using rebar.
Metallurgist. That's
her specific.
That is her title.
Her specific study expertise.
Forensic metallurgist.
is metal.
A metallurgist.
That whole thing is metal. It's just metal and mud.
And who specializes in swords, and
Yes.
they find a Toledo Salamanca, but they called it a broadsword. No, it's not a broadsword.
Yeah, it's not a broadsword.
But
true.
So whose sword broke?
Amon Fazil. Well, it was. There was
that's
a chip
right,
of.
that's right. It
There
was
was a
the-
chip of McGregor's katana.
MacLeod.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, McGregor. But
Connor.
I get those two confused so much. They have so much in common. But that was when he fought Amon Fazil,
Gotcha.
who was the stunt coordinator. That guy was the stunt coordinator
Yeah,
for the show.
if you just put some sunglasses on him, you'll never know.
Say, just put him in a suit and sunglasses.
He was in disguise.
He was
I
definitely
liked
inside.
Clancy Brown's Some Assembly Required sword.
Yes.
That was totally unnecessary.
I've always wondered about that whenever you see like movies where they're like, this
Yeah.
sword, we just put it
Oh,
together
yeah,
like
we had to
Legos.
put it together.
Yeah.
That means it can come
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
The thing that you
And then-
bang together on other
And then the little
metal
switch
things.
that he flicks and the little spikes come out.
Yeah.
You're like, you've already got a great big sword. What the hell are those gonna do? But see, like that right there was like right before like one of my favorite, another favorite. Okay, they're all my favorite scenes.
Sure.
But when the hooker comes in,
Yes.
Hi, I'm Candy.
Candy.
Of course you are. My friend Candy introduced herself to one of my buddy's friends.
And he said, of course you are.
And he was a creepy looking dude.
Okay.
And
she
she
did-
busts out, of course you are. And
she
didn't
did not get it.
No, not at all. But the rest of us were like, oh my God, we could wait our whole lives and not get an opportunity like that.
Never meet another Candy again. What I love about the part where the sword does its ching and little spikes come out is that he just got done putting it together. So that means
You have to carry it out.
That means he had to put it together so that it would ching back out.
Yeah.
Just
You
to
gotta get
ching
the-
it back out.
And it still startles him a little.
Yes, it does. It scares the shit out of him. Because it goes right before his eyes. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
But everything before that is so cool. Like it's almost kind of the ritualized sword training and stuff. And it's like rolling it around like.
What if I made this part of my sword that has to be put together? What if I made this part that it actually has to do something as well? So that means there's springs in
Yeah,
there
you had to
as
spring
well.
load it.
So you have a spring-loaded broken sword.
And you're like, and why do you have those on there? So that when I ram my sword 3.5 feet through a guy, I can push the button and he gets poked in the belly.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
wonderful.
Seems excessive. Seems unnecessary.
It's wonderful.
But I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, we are at the
Henry
end of this
Cavill.
episode, folks. I just want to say super fast, the final fight scene is fantastic. As a guy that loves stunt shows and loves choreography of that type of stuff, the fight up on the top of the building is so cool.
You can tell
Also,
that's where it's going.
It's so cool.
If you like fight choreography and fight scenes and sword choreography and stuff, The Duelists is one of the greatest
it?
movies of all time for
Well,
that stuff.
but I'm more to be completely honest with you, I'm more into the mechanics of the set that has to be reset. So this thing collapses, but it has to be put back together. And there's trap doors and there's the things that just slide
you
down.
can tell it's falling in,
and it's
like
falling
it's
in
supposed
controlled
to.
manners. But I love that shit. When the water tower falls over and dumps
That was
the water,
awesome.
it's like, this is just a Universal Studios ride, and I'm all for it.
I'm in.
Okay, final thoughts on Highlander, Jesse.
Classic.
Yeah.
Absolute classic. I've got to go watch the other stuff now.
You
even
don't.
though-
No, you don't.
I still got it exists, so I got to consume it.
Highlander 2, we'll talk
Don't
about
say we didn't warn you.
We'll talk about
Fair
Highlander
enough.
2 after the drop. Scott, final thoughts.
I might have to give it another watch. The first 45 minutes were rough for me.
It's rough.
The first 45 minutes were rough.
Okay, hold on.
I couldn't stop laughing at it.
I got one more thing to add about the first 45
Christopher
minutes.
Lambert's not very athletic.
No, he's
and he just and he can't speak, and he just moans a lot.
And he's blind.
Oh,
He can't
half of the movie is him going, oh.
He can't see. They put him in a trench coat with a really long sword,
Like you say, half
and
the
he
time
can't
when
speak.
it just like all of a sudden.
It's the Special Olympics of sword fighting.
It really is. The best is when they're on top of the mountain cliff, and very cool because they're very clearly there.
Yeah.
But if you watch them fighting, they're just like, can we just like get this over with? It's
Get me down from here.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Episode 4.
This Connery guy's faced already. I know it.
I would like to be off this mountain cliff.
But last 45 minutes,
yeah,
really enjoyed it.
It gets there.
Really enjoyed it.
For sure.
When it got away from the medieval stuff and it was just, all right, Clancy Brown versus...
Sure.
Yeah. Clancy Brown's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, when it gets to just Terminator.
For me.
Yeah.
And Dave Bautista is no Clancy Brown.
No, that's going to be interesting in the remake.
Oh, that's who's... Oh.
So, Kyle, just final gush.
Greatest movie ever made.
Okay.
It is, yeah. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor.
It's fun.
It is.
I like it.
Yeah, it's at the very
entertaining.
least
It's worth a
fun.
watch.
It's probably not as like formative and important as it was for me for some reason. But yeah, it's just a fantastic movie. I expect good things from Cavill. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm probably going to hate it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it's your favorite movie. You're going to hate it.
Like in my mind, it can really almost not be improved upon it, at all. And I love talking about it. So thank you for having me on.
Okay, so I'm going to save my bit for afterwards. But I watch this once a year. Honestly, I really do. I've now watched it 3 times in the last week, and I just love it. It's from start to finish for me. It is one of those films where it's just you start right off with Queen. I'm in. Fabulous Freebirds. Okay, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm in.
Oh yeah, and that was supposed to be a Rangers game.
Okay, so I'm gonna save that for after the drop. Absolutely is not supposed to be wrestling. And then you go, oh, it's high fantasy. Okay, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also a little bit of cyberpunk space and grimy New York. Sold, 100% sold. So I actually love this movie as well. Yeah, I recommend it to you. And more so, again, what I think is so from our perspective when we talk about things, we want to talk about like the history and like how we get to places and where it goes. This is a crazy one because it comes out of nowhere.
Has a weird story.
Much like every character in the
much
movie.
like every character in the movie. It comes out of nowhere, and then it doesn't really go anywhere. Highlander 2 and the sequels and stuff exist. But
there's no reason they need to exist.
That movie was complete.
This is a all-encompassing movie.
Which is
got
hard
what
to
it
do
is
and
it
rare,
ended.
but it was complete. Like everything was resolved. No need to go any further with it, and don't screw up the cool mysteries and stuff.
And most of the people that are involved with this, that's kind of what their careers do as well. They go on to do other things, but they don't really go anywhere. And this doesn't have as big of a cultural hook in that other films aren't necessarily trying to emulate it. But it does, to me, feel like once we hit the 90s and you hit that Highlander 2 stuff, that falls right into like what early 90s cinema is for sure. So it's very interesting.
And the 80s fantasy genre, there were so many terrible fantasy movies made in the 80s. And I think that just makes the really great ones like Conan, Excalibur, and Highlander stand out as like just beautiful like master classes in
I'm really excited
fantasy.
I'm really excited that I think that's where things are going to turn again here real quick. I think people are very tired of superheroes, and I think we're about to take a dive back into fantasy, and I'm really excited for that. If we can get some more Conan the Barbarian type stuff, if we can get some more Highlander type stuff, I'm all for it.
Hey, Game of Thrones is hugely successful. I think Amazon has got a new like a Dungeons and Dragons series based on
the book you just were talking about as well.
Oh, Dungeon Crawler.
Dungeon
Crawler.
Carl.
I just finished the first book. Read it. It's good.
It's
coming.
a great book. Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, that does it for this. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Scott.
Yes.
And thank you to Kyle. Kyle, we're going to have you back on. You got to pick another film, and we'll have you back on.
I mean, besides Sneakers.
You want to come back on for Sneakers? Let's go.
Have you watched Excalibur? We'll talk.
We could do Excalibur. All right. And with that, we're done. Okay, 2 things. 1, Highlander 2, somehow Sean Connery comes back. Okay. That tells you everything you need to
Lambert
know.
insisted on Sean Connery coming back, and they gave him like $7 million. He got $1 million for that week in Highlander 1. I don't know how they got those guys to do it. I don't think they read the script. I think they just showed up for work without reading the script.
Yep.
And because I mean, how the hell would you sign on for that bullshit?
Yeah.
It's
garbage.
bad. I mean, it's worse than that bad. I can't.
It's a very bad movie. There's a couple of really interesting graphical type things because it's the same director, so it's got some visual stuff that's kind of cool. But in terms of a film that you will consume as a product, dog.
Complete dog.
Okay, that's
like
all you need.
Insult your intelligence. It's like a slap in the goddamn face.
John C. McGinley.
Yeah, that's right. It's half the reason why Callie didn't want to watch this because her dad used to make her watch the series as well. So,
see, I remember
she's
that.
like,
Okay,
I
can at least I didn't like Adrian Paul. I didn't like that. Oh, this is his cousin.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
Yeah, the Immortal's cousin. There's only so many of us, but this one's my cousin. Highlander 2 goes to space, by the way.
I was going to say, isn't it Aliens?
They went straight to space. Straight to space. But let's come back.
That
Hold on.
director's cut though.
Of Highlander 2?
Of one.
Oh, of one.
No, there shouldn't have been a theatrical cut.
You can't get this. This doesn't open. So I have no idea what's even in here. All I know is it says
in there. It like explains things like the girl that works for him, the blonde lady,
yes.
Rachel. So it gives like Rachel's backstory, and
that was on Tubi.
They barely touched on the whole Rachel thing.
So
because when he left, she was really like all sad and upset.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's stop for 1 second because this episode has got to be over. But the international cut of the film involves the Nazi scene, which you saw. The original cut of the movie does not have that. So the explanation of who Rachel is did not make American theaters.
Oh.
So you have no idea. You want to talk about
clue.
people just showing up?
Yeah.
Who is this lady and why does he have an affection for her?
Okay.
She's the girl that he saves in Nazi Germany. That was in the international version. It was not in the theatrical version for the U.S. So nobody even knew what the fuck was going on with. They're just like, who's this lady?
Secretary.
It's the secretary. Well, but there's a connection there.
But it's one of those things that like it doesn't really ruin anything because you're like, what's the connection? But it's just another mystery.
Yeah.
And I mean, but like that's one that I could have totally done without. You could have I would have loved to know about Rachel, and I would have loved to know that like he was out there killing Nazis. That's great. You know?
It's good, but that's for much like the Never-Ending Story. Those are adventures for another time. that would have been a great Highlander 2. You could have told any of his adventures, and it could have been a Highlander movies. But my favorite fun fact about this movie, you touched on it. In the beginning, there's wrestling, and it feels off. What are we doing?
It's a weird. Okay.
So it was not supposed to be wrestling. It was supposed to be the Rangers hockey game.
And what the hell did the NHL say? They didn't want to be associated with the violence.
Yes, the NHL.
Are you serious?
The NHL said, absolutely not. We will not have our product to be violent. To which the correct response to that is, hockey is fights with hockey in between. That's what hockey is. But my favorite fun fact about that is if you actually go back and watch, the wrestling is happening, and so there's supposed to be like the hitting of the sticks, which is also very weird, right? It's overhead slashing of sticks. Okay, well, that's not really hockey. But that's what's supposed to lead him to have his thousand eyes stare
the fight scene.
back to the fight scene.
Okay.
Instead, it's just a bunch of guys hamming it up, which doesn't fit at all.
Which should have reminded him more of his experimental years in college.
But as the camera pans around and shows the arena, the hockey boards are still in place.
That camera work, by the way, that was the first. As far as I know, that was the first movie that used the cameras that they used in sports. Like the cameras that on the cables and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I also appreciate. There was just a lot of stuff.
It would have been really cool in a hockey game. It was not really cool with wrestling.
Never made any sense. And you're like, this cultured dude, he's 400-something years old. He's an antique dealer, and he's just chilling in the cheap seats
I was gonna say,
at a WCW event.
He's literally in the nosebleeds. His apartment is millions of dollars. Meanwhile, he's sitting in the nosebleeds of a low budget.
Watching not to take anything away from the fabulous Freebirds.
Not to take anything away from anybody involved.
What a bunch of crap!